All right, good evening, everyone. I'm so happy to be here with you tonight. My name is Danielle Mahar, and I am coming to you from Prosper, Texas. I am super excited to have some time to share something that we have not only been introduced to, but has completely changed our life in a very short period of time. To get to know me a little bit better. Again, I said my name's Danielle. I am a mother of four really busy, growing, almost adult-ish kids. I'm somewhere in the middle of they're not quite ready to leave the nest, but they're also not babies anymore. So I've in that season of my life. I am a registered nurse by my background. I have had a full career in healthcare. But in 2012, gosh, feels like forever ago, I was introduced to an industry called network marketing. Um, Within that industry, honestly, I had no idea. I had no real previous experience. I've heard of certain companies, but honestly, I started because as a hobby or maybe something that I could do to get a product that I fell in love with to potentially maybe make enough money to just afford the products. Little did I know that a little bit of ignorance on fire can take someone a really, really long ways. Where I maybe didn't even know what I was doing. I just knew that I was having fun. I was following a very simple, duplicatable system. And things started to snowball where all of a sudden we started to make money and then started to make money and saw some commas in checks. And all of a sudden started to have options in life. So although I loved my career and I love my career, everyone needs a little bit of wiggle room. And that's where we found ourselves. At the time in 2012, I had three young babies. We were in diapers at that time. So in that season of my life, it was that raising little babies, which we eventually added a fourth to our family. A lot because all of a sudden we had some freedom to make some choices and we weren't super, super strapped on not only time, but financially. So there are a multitude of blessings that came out of that experience. We grew with a company during an incredible wave where there was a lot of momentum, there was a lot of success happening. And again, we were just having a lot of fun following a very duplicatable and simple system. So time went on, that continued on, but there was something that was pulling in my heart, and that was my love and for healthcare and the role that I thought I was put on this earth to do, and to really touch people's lives in a really personal way. But I did know when I was going back to a career like a regular job or career, that it had to mean something. It had to be meaningful. I had for many years in this with this company, I felt a lot of purpose. I felt a lot of just something that I could link arms with, and there was meaning to it. And so when I jumped back into the workforce, I needed something like that as well. And little did I know, I found an incredible integrative medical center that is going to be world renowned, is growing, that I got to be a little part of. And I have been a part of that company and that medical center for the last 7 years. So my life right now, I am a patient advocate for, again, one of the world's leading integrative healthcare centers, where we do treat what we specialize in is late stage cancers and chronic disease. So when I was approached by Mike and Tiffany Patillo, who are some of our dearest friends, about an opportunity, I thought, hold on, time out. I'm in my groove. I'm in my, I'm doing really well in my career. My husband, Drew, which you'll see here in the side or over here, he actually pursued a career in law enforcement. So we were both doing the things that we felt that we were put on this earth to do, and really happy. However, when Mike Patillo says something, you start to listen. Because I know Mike well enough to know that he is doing his research. He's having his conversations. He knows the industry and the ins and outs, the inside, outside, front and back. He knows different products. He knows things very well. So I know when he's going to link his arms with something that it's going to be meaningful and it's going to be purposeful and it's going to be change a lot of people's lives. So as he started asking questions, I started getting really intrigued because, again, I'm in this career where I have a lot of advanced therapies, a lot of integrative naturopathic things at my fingertips, the best of the best supplements. So for me personally, it would have taken a lot to really impress me to turn my head saying, oh, something is superior to what I already have potentially my fingertips or my hands on. And so when I started to learn about this company, last November, I was introduced to this product line. I thought, okay, I'm listening. Not only am I listening, but I started to use the product. And when I started to feel the massive difference in my life and in my health, it was a game changer. And I don't know if anyone can attest to this, but I felt that I'm relatively a healthy individual. I'm blessed. You know, again, I deal with a lot of chronic cases, chronic patients who have been sick for years to sometimes decades at a time. And so all of a sudden I'm on these products and I didn't necessarily know how bad I was actually felt until I started feeling really good. So I'm going to share more about some of the things that I felt as I started taking these products. If you've got any testimonials, please share in the chat. I love that you guys are all joining from all over, because this is what we have our hands on, and this is what I'm really excited to share with you tonight. So with that being said, we're going to launch this. I'm going to get my trusty helper here. Okay.
Is that right?
So can everyone see?
Where's that?
Oh, goodness. All right. Can everyone see the screen? We're good? I hope so. So
Oh, is it showing us or is it?
just want to,
I think so. We're good.
All right.
It's just off.
okay. So we're gonna just trust. Rhonda, message me if something's not right. So pretty catchy. Have you ever tried the Body Shot? You know, until November, the answer was no. I had never seen this product. I had no idea that it existed. What I was impressed to learn is that this was a company that had actually been around for the better part of 28 years. So it was an established company that was growing really heavily in the more of the Spanish speaking market. So, and I got excited when the fact that, okay, now we've got a stable company. I really wasn't interested in a startup or we don't know if this is going to work until we launch kind of thing. But I did like the fact that there was stability and a brand new market that they were opening with North America. So an incredible opportunity to launch the US and Canada. Along with, again, a number of other countries that are already in business. So it's an exciting time to be at the forefront of getting people to know this cup. You know, what this cup is going to be a staple in household once people get their hands on this product and start feeling its benefits. So with that, what is Immunotech? What is their staple product? And it really is this Immunocal, where it is the world's only glutathione precursor. So with that alone, what I see with that is this, again, these clinically proven to support and maintain your cellular health. So it's something a precursor, it is not glutathione. It is the building blocks that our bodies need for our bodies to produce glutathione. So what I can tell you from my profession, that anytime you can get your body, or an individual can get their body to do what it's naturally intended to do, or produce things that it naturally produces, you're going to have much more longer and lasting results. And so that's what I saw with this product. So how easy is it? It's super easy. So we're actually going to do a demonstration for you. So this is where my sidekick Drew's going to come in. So just as you see here, it is just that okay, I'm going to hold this up. So you see this line right here. So you just need a little bit of water. We found the secret that ice cold water. He's my husband, so I guess I can put his finger there. So ice cold water to that first line. So very little. If you get too much, we've got issue. All right. So then I'm gonna do my pack. I use the green booster every single day. Getting my organic fruits and veggies. I use the platinum because I just turned 42 and I would like some anti-aging, which we'll talk about the product and glutathione a little bit here in more detail. So product in, little bit of water. Here, I'll let you take over.
Little
The
swirl.
swirl, oh, the little swirl, can't wear a little swirl, and then shake for 15 minutes until it's,
15 minutes.
sorry, 15 seconds. 15 seconds. And then once it's mixed, I add just a little bit more water because I do thoroughly enjoy the taste. But then you shoot your shot. Easy as that. And again, those simple things that we do on a daily basis has made a significant game changer in our lives. So what did I feel? Again, I told you that busy mom, 4 kids, working full time, intense schedule. Cheers. Good. All right. So I think I just got someone. Okay. So busy mom, 4 kids, working full time. I was chronically exhausted. I thought it was just because the busyness kept me super tired. I was not a good sleeper. My mind was always spinning, always thinking of what did I miss in that day? What do I need to do for the next day? Where are all my kids? Where are the activities? And it took a toll on me, So when all of a sudden I started using this product, the first thing I noticed was deep sleep. That I was sleeping through the nights, which I couldn't even tell you the last time, probably before I had babies. I noticed my mood was changing, which Drew probably appreciated that a little bit. My brain fog was lifted. I was a lot more productive in my day, in my workflow, and I was able to do a whole lot more. So those are some of the things that I had noticed with taking this incredible product. Why? Some of the benefits. So here's what really drew me in, because like I said, I'm a science geek, especially when it comes to our bodies and it comes to our health. Like, it has to make sense and there has to be logic behind it. So I love the fact that this is clinically studied. It's rigorously tested. You will see as we're going through all these things, there's 79 patents. You can't knock off this product. So I love that. 92 publications. So when you want the science-backed product, I like the fact that these publications and these studies are not based off of an ingredient in our ImmunoPal. It is based off the product itself, where they're doing these studies. So these 26 gold standard studies, why does that matter? It matters because from a medical standpoint, a science standpoint, that is the highest level of evidence in scientific research. It is third party. So you're not doing it at Immunotech's lab, you're doing it at a third party lab or an institution. It is a double blind study. So the researchers and the participants don't know, who's getting the placebo, who's getting the actual product. And then of course, placebo controlled. So they have to publish the actual results without skewing any of the information. And that's why this matters. So again, the incredible research that's gone into it, is seeing in 18 different countries. And why this is important is we're looking at this list of ailments or diseases or diagnoses. Where in your life, or who can you think of? Let's go through some. Liver disease, asthma. I struggle with asthma growing up, and still to this day, there's triggers that will get my asthma going that have now dissipated completely. Psoriasis, skin conditions. I was actually having really bad skin and redness and inflammation on my face, and I didn't really have an answer for it, which is now completely cleared up. Autism, there's this big, autism that is happening, where there's such a much more prevalence among our children with autism or kids on the spectrum, that is now helping with autism. Let's immune and respiratory health, cancer research. So something very near and dear to me. COVID, the response and the recovery of that. I still see almost every, a daily where I'm talking to literally hundreds of patients throughout the week, that there's long COVID and it's still very much an ongoing issue. Parkinson's disease, autoimmune, Lyme disease, the list goes on and on and on of the ailments that this product could be a massive benefit to that body. And when it comes down to health, it all really stems from our immune systems, how our immune systems are functioning and how they're able to withstand the things that are being, where our bodies are being exposed to, whether it be infection, whether it be toxins, which we'll talk about in a little bit. So Drew, I'm going to bring you in here too, because Drew, you can tell a little bit about your background and your occupation and what you felt when you tried these products.
I'm a police officer, so I work quite a hectic schedule, 12-hour shifts, going back to nights here pretty soon, but always just feeling run down and like drinking energy drinks left and right and just feeling sluggish most of the time. So since taking the body shot every day, it's something I look forward to first thing in the morning. I just feel great, feel clear-headed, and I don't feel as, I guess, yeah, just I don't feel as tired and run down and stuff like that. So I have a lot more energy every day, and I just feel a lot better.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. Why should we care? Why should you care? Why should I care about this? Is, as I mentioned, chronic diseases are linked to low glutathione levels. They're linked to low immunity function. Glutathione is something that our bodies cannot live without. It's within every single cell of our body. So if it's that important, we better make sure that we're not depleting it, but we're helping to encourage to increase those glutathione levels. The unfortunate, sad truth is that as we age, our glutathione is dropping. I just had the pleasure of turning 42 years old last week. And now when I learned that my glutathione levels can drop after I'm 40, guess what? This is the time of my life where I'm going to be needing my Immunical and these Immunotech products. So, as we age, just think about this, we drop in our glutathione. Our bodies become more susceptible. We become more sensitive because we're not able to detox appropriately. Maybe slower recovery, body aches and pains. I get to go see the chiropractor because of that incredible gift of aging. But it is what it is. So what are we going to do? We're going to stop the drop. As I just mentioned, levels drop in about half by the age of 40. So to keep things as simple, like glutathione, if you think of the word idea, there's 4 key components that glutathione does. 1, we talked about immunity. 2, detox. We've talked about that. So think about glutathione as a sticky agent where if it's going through your body and you're circulating, it's picking up and grabbing all those toxins and things that don't belong there so our bodies can get rid of them as it needs to. So you have a better functioning body altogether. The E in idea is energy. So Drew just mentioned, I just mentioned, and then come to agreement that energy is a big component of glutathione. So we feel that boost in energy. And then the A is antioxidant. So this is our body's master antioxidant, or is the master antioxidant. So it's an important piece to fight off any free radicals, exposures, and the things that we are exposed to. Air that we breathe, food that we eat, water that we drink, heavy metals, toxins, chemicals in our foods, in our water. The list goes on and on. Now, glutathione, we are the most researched company of glutathione that you will find, hands down, no questions asked. There's different ways that you can take glutathione. Injections by pill. There's other ways, but what is really emphasized in this is that medications and injections really fall short. And so going back to what I said earlier, a glutathione it's not glutathione, but that precursor, if we can get our bodies to produce the glutathione, that's going to give that more longer lasting impact and maintain those levels at a more consistent level. So this is why we choose to take Immunocal. Now, who is it for? It's for everyone. I talked about, being in my 40s just because that's my real life and where we're going, or where I'm at, but our kids take it. We have our parents on it. We have our athletes, and that's one incredible thing. We actually have professional athletes, Olympic athletes that are not paid to take and endorse Immunocal. They take it because they see the difference in their recovery, in their improvement. Kids with behavioral issues, concentration, chronic illness. We're in an epidemic right now with our kids being much unhealthier these days. So this is very much needed for everyone. So with that being said, so part of my job, I'm going to kick Drew out. I'm going to bring Caleb in. He wasn't getting my thing of like, you're out. No. So part of our life, or not a massive part of our life is sports, right, Caleb? It is. So Drew and I, this is my 19-year-old. See, I'm not old enough for that, but here he is. We have been raising hockey players, volleyball players, and pretty intense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for how long you been playing hockey?
Since I can remember.
Yeah, probably since diapers. He was carrying a stick around. So when I say this has been our life for a really long time, it has been our life for a really long time. Caleb, he's an incredible athlete. He's gotten incredible opportunities playing at a really high level of hockey. What kind of demand does it take on your body?
It's super high demand. Like either obviously in season, it's a lot of practicing, a lot of games, working out, they're long days. And even in the off season, you're running, you're practicing, lifting weights really hard. So it's pretty nonstop all year round. So this product has helped a bunch and allowed me to keep going and build endurance and muscle and all that.
So you would say without a doubt that you feel that it has helped with your recovery.
Yeah, I mean, it's night and day difference. Like as soon as I started getting on it, it was not even just physically, but mentally. Like I was just so clear, so dialed in. Like it's one of those things I couldn't really explain because the list goes on and on about how much it helps. But I try to tell my buddies, like, just try it once, and they're begging for more every single time. So it's really good. Yeah.
It's good. Yeah. So it's again, an easy, not even necessarily sell. It's just easy thing to talk about when you have the results that you're having and you're feeling as good as you're having and your performance speaks for itself. So just brag on Caleb a little bit. He will be a Division I athlete and is committed to playing for the Air Force Academy. His younger brother is on his tail. Same thing. Younger sister is pretty an elite beach volleyball player who is a beast out there in the sand. And so these young bodies, they do take a beating. And so this has been an incredible game changer. I laugh because I feel like, and I'll talk about immunobars and things, but I feel like our Mahar family, we have an immunobar every single morning. We have 6 members of our family. We're all on the product. And when we fall short and maybe have to ration until our next order comes in,
Feel a difference.
you feel a difference. So we are really protective of that. But I laugh because they have their friends that come in to our house, and the first thing that they do is they go to our pantry, and all of a sudden I've got their friends that are they're shaking up their Immunocal, no questions asked, and I love it. So I wholeheartedly welcome this, and that's how much I love these products. Thank you, Caleb. So why do we love it? You feel it, and you feel it fast. I felt it within a couple of days, some people a couple of weeks, where it's this daily detox, brain boosting, anti-aging, thank you very much, hormonal health, mood elevation, immune boosting, cortisol management, so that stress that we have, so it's really helping to manage that, and then that recovery support. So it is going back to that, sometimes we don't know how bad we're feeling until all of a sudden the clouds are opening up, the angels are singing, and you're feeling really good. And then when you miss a day, or you don't miss a day because you don't want to go back to how you were feeling. One of the big things that I really loved about this product, in this product line, just with the company, is this clean label project certified. When Mike approached me, what I said is like, people are aware. We are becoming more aware of what we're putting into our bodies. We don't want to buy garbage. We don't want to buy things that are not going to be effective, and the products have to be clean. So when this was presented and I saw that was a big deal, and that made a massive difference in me being able to get behind this product in this line to share and promote and take and bring into our family. So Immunotech overall is far ahead of the curve. So growing your glutathione, what are the options? We showed you the ImmunoCal Platinum, so that's kind of my go-to. The first in the base is the ImmunoCal, the blue, that helps with the daily detox, energy, immunity. My girls are on this one along with the green booster. I already shared my ImmunoCal Platinum, so hormone balancing, anti-aging, inflammation is helping with that. The ImmunoCal Sport, so the black box, it helps with the recovery, the blood flow, just what Caleb just described. All my boys and my biggest boy, Drew, are on the ImmunoCal Sport. Drew oftentimes takes the booster with a little bit of kick, with his job and demanding and long hours. And it's a massive difference maker where now he is off the energy drinks. He is not drinking coffee. I rarely have a cup of coffee either. It's that good and makes that much of a difference in our day to day. So with that, how do you get your hands on this? And subscribing, becoming a customer, saving 25% instantly. There's bundle packs where you can earn free shipping on products and then earn free products along the way. We spoke heavily about our glutathione precursor and the options that we have there, but there's a number of different products. Sunray, so taking your Sunray on Sunday to help with your vitamin D levels, which helps with bone health, immunity. This is a big deal. We are all, Drew and I for sure, are on the Sunray. WIMS, the kids' gummy vitamins to help with brain health, a cognitive function. This is what our youngest is on. I'd be lying to say we steal one every once in a while. He says all the time. It's not a lie. K21, all these products that you're seeing, we're on that. So there is something for everyone. Even my dear friend Brooke, like the booster itself is a game changer for everyone. So you want people to feel a difference, give them a stick of the booster and send them on their way, and they'll come back to you asking what you gave to them because they feel that much energy and productivity. So incredible ways to, get your hands on these products and make a life-altering, life-changing, healthy decisions. So with that being said, I would have gladly joined as a customer and gladly taken these products, and I probably will for the rest of my life, but why not make some money along the way? Why not, get into an opportunity to share something that could be not only life-changing, but now with opportunity, legacy building. And that's really what I saw with this opportunity, with, again, that stability of a company that's growing. And we're going to get into some numbers and they're going to speak for themselves. So what is the steps? If I want to join this business, what do I do first? And that is go pro, become an Immunotech Pro. There's different options to choose from. As you will see here, there's different kits that you can buy. Getting your toes wet, where maybe that $199 is a good starting point. The most common package is the second package, that $549, where you're getting all those products that you see there. So 2 boxes of the blue, the 2 boxes of the platinum, 2 boosters, and then 2 Sunrays. Which could equal 120 body shots. So now you've got some product where you can start turning your investment into a money maker, where by selling body shots for $10 a piece, by either hosting one-on-one meetings, hosting an immunobar to get your friends and family touching, tasting, feeling that product, you could turn that initial $549 investment into about $1,200 cash tips. Sign me up. You know, if you're gonna go all out, or if you're the Mahars and you're a family of 6 that we all don't want anyone else to touch our Immunical and our Immunotech products, then maybe go for the big guns with that $1549, which you could potentially turn around and turn into about $3,300 in cash tips. So an incredible start where you are hitting the ground running and making money right away. So step 2, let's party. You know, getting those customers, getting those people that not only are going to massively benefit from this, but you know you're going to change their life with those products. So maybe they're not looking to make any money, but they do want to become use the products. So get your 3 customers. Step 3 would be finding other people that are maybe looking for that little extra, just like you are. We're all over the place. You know, even though I do think Drew and I do really well in our careers, life is still lifing. Money is still money. Kids are still playing these crazy expensive sports. And this allowed us to have some breathing room. So starting to build a team to getting your pros underneath you that you can then now back to that duplicatable system, teach them to get their 3 customers and teach them to get their 3 pros. And then before long, we're starting to snowball and see an incredible impact, not only on our health, but also on our finances. So that going silver and maintain that for 2 months, for months 2 and 3 could earn you up to $1,600 in commissions, plus the what you're making with your Body Shot profits. So monthly average income, as you can see on this chart, there's a number of different ways that we get paid. So as you start to grow and go through the steps, completing that duplicatable system, teaching that system, now we're starting to go through the ranks where you looking at this chart, what income would be life-changing? What income would make a massive difference in your finances? Circle that, and we can teach you how to do that with this system. There's bonuses to earn. There's, again, a number of different ways, as you can see, on how we make money by moving through the ranks. You can move through the ranks at your pace, or you can move through the ranks with some speed. And there's some benefit, and there is some massive incentives. So some really incredible bonuses for doing that. Why Immunotech? Like, this was really important to me. You know, like I said, I was with a company for a long time that, you know, that meant the world to me. It was an incredible experience. It was an incredible run. But I knew if I were ever to do this again, it had to be meaningful. It had to be that legacy, and it had to be something that I could put my stamp of approval on. Knowing what I know, it's hard to unsee things. So when you can get back again with a company with 45 plus years of groundbreaking research, they are the #1 leaders in the glutathione supplement research. So again, I know that they're experts in this field. They've proven to that over and over with the 79 plus patents, the medical and educational partners, first to market. Again, you're not going to get this anywhere else. So there's I'm not even gonna say there is little. There is no competition. That's big. That's big when you can get other things from other places. You can't get this anywhere but Immunotech. The big vision of doing $1 billion in sales in the next 5 years. So this company is growing. It's going there. We have to make the decision: is it going to grow with us or without us? Because regardless, it's going to go there. So I'd rather be a part of it than watch it go by me. So some of those other things that we had touched on why, but this is why this company is, again, what stole my attention, and now getting to know the company has stole my heart. So why now? You know, we talked about the crisis in the world today. Our health. I know people are starting to become more aware and putting their health first. If we need to detox, if we have to build that immunity, if we do have some chronic ailments and illnesses that need to be addressed, we have a product that can help people. These markets, you know, we're launching new markets. It's untapped territory where you could be, you know, everyone talks about, oh, getting in at the right time. Well, there's no better time than the right time than now to be one of the first to start to introduce your friends and family to this little cup that's going to make, again, a massive difference and grow not only your bank account, but really give you some freedom and flexibility in your life. So why not? So options truly are, I'm going to become a customer. I want to save some money on some products. I want to get free products, feel better, and live my best life, or I'm going to go pro. I'm going to have fun with an incredible group of people, dreamers that are like-minded and have that vision, earn some free trips along the way, have some cash flow and ultimately freedom. The one thing that we can't get back is time. So if we can choose how we spend our times, by all means, I'm going to do everything that I can to make sure that I'm on this incredible wave with these incredible people. So it was such a pleasure speaking with you all tonight. I am so happy that I got the chance to do that. I'm happy that I got to introduce you to some of my people and my family members. If you are a guest of ours tonight, get back with the people that invited you tonight. They will provide you with their link. They will provide you with either products or opportunity. What if you want to trial the product? What if you want to sample? Well, guess what? For $19, you get a 5-day sample of the Immunical Blue, and you can either choose the green or an energy booster to go along with that. Free shipping, and get the cup right to your doorstep. Give it a try. At the very least, give it a try. See how you feel, and then let's party. So thank you so much for being with us tonight. I loved having you. You are all awesome. And if there's anything you need, again, get back to the person that invited you, and let's grow.